Buckle up, everyone. This isn't just another episode. Whoopi Goldberg, the face of The View, is now caught in the most explosive legal showdown of her entire career.
ABC News Live.
The Weekend View with everyone except for Whoopi Goldberg. So what's that?
We're talking about a jaw-dropping $250 million lawsuit. Sources claim. The stakes were so high, Whoopi Goldberg allegedly tried to skip town before the storm hit. But the government wasn't playing games. At the airport, Whoopi was reportedly stopped in her tracks, yes, detained. And at the center of this legal firestorm, Karoline Leavitt. After years of being targeted by The View's so-called feminist circle, Karoline is striking back, armed with fierce legal firepower and a score to settle.
Mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show, and it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
So, what exactly are the shocking allegations against Whoopi? What has pushed ABC into full-blown crisis mode? And could this really spell the end of The View as we know it? Trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this. Smash that like button and hit subscribe for all the jaw-dropping updates. Subscribed. Perfect. Let's dive straight into the drama.
Goldberg is on thin ice to the point where they're actually coming out with a new promo for The View. I know that show that we can't stand to watch because, you know, she does things like this. She spits when she says the president's name.
Listen, take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this. Yes, he knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
he rambles.
Trump. Yeah. He tends to just.
But can I mention one thing?
All right, let's break down the chaos. For years, Whoopi Goldberg and The View panel have mocked, dismissed, and silenced conservative voices. Anyone who dared to challenge their narrative was dragged without mercy. But this time, they messed with the wrong woman. It all exploded when Whoopi launched a vicious verbal attack on Karoline Leavitt, hurling accusations so outrageous, so defamatory that Karoline had no choice but to strike back with full force.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this.
And most people would have backed down, but not Karoline. She came out swinging, accusing Whoopi and The View of deliberately spreading false narratives to ruin her reputation. And then came the bombshell, a jaw-dropping $250 million defamation lawsuit. Whoopi laughed it off like it was nothing more than a bad joke. But behind the scenes, no one at ABC was laughing. Panic set in. Executives scrambled. Sponsors were shaken. Legal analysts flooded the media, calling it one of the most explosive courtroom showdowns in daytime TV history. And then, all hell broke loose. This is where the story takes a wild turn.
Kind of wondering, ABC's in a lot of trouble. She's a problem. You got Brendan Carr on there, you know what. He's coming for him. He's restored all these bias complaints against the likes of ABC and NBC and CBS, and he's actually threatening that they may not allow for the affiliations at all those local stations for ABC all across the country, so much so that he sent a letter to one Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney. Disney is the owner of ABC News, which runs The View. And so now, interestingly, there's a new show for The View coming out on weekends, Whoopi, because you just can't get enough of it. But one Whoopi is not even in it. Not in it.
As the legal firestorm raged on, jaw-dropping rumors started swirling. Reports claimed Whoopi Goldberg had secretly booked a one-way flight out of the country, a desperate bid to disappear. Before the media frenzy reached its peak, yes, you heard that right. Sources allege she was caught red-handed at the airport, attempting to board a flight to Europe, hoping to vanish quietly before the lawsuit exploded further. But the authorities were one step ahead. TSA and federal agents intercepted her at the gate, stopping her cold. Within minutes, chaos erupted online. Videos of the dramatic airport standoff spread like wildfire. And one burning question ignited it all. Was Whoopi really trying to escape her own scandal? Meanwhile, ABC was thrown into full-blown crisis mode.
You know, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Insiders say ABC execs are in full-blown panic mode, and honestly, who can blame them? This isn't just another scandal. This is the scandal. A $250 million lawsuit, viral airport chaos, and the total collapse of The View's credibility playing out in real time. Behind closed doors, top brass are reportedly faced with a brutal ultimatum: cut Whoopi loose to contain the fallout, or risk bleeding viewers, advertisers, and what's left of the network's reputation. Truth is, ABC's already on shaky ground. Ratings are tanking, audiences are walking away, and sponsors, they're bailing fast. This lawsuit didn't just spark a fire. It poured gasoline on a network already burning. One source even claims termination plans are being quietly drafted. Yes, Whoopi Goldberg could soon be on the chopping block. And Karoline Leavitt, she's standing tall, unshaken, and ready for the next round.
I vow to provide the truth from this podium. We ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs with the resident sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Karoline Leavitt didn't just respond. She roared back with a fiery statement that lit up every statement that lit up every headline. The mainstream media has targeted and defamed conservatives for far too long, she declared. That ends today. I refuse to stay silent while those claiming to stand for women's rights drag my name through the gutter. Her words were bold, ruthless, and unwavering. Supporters rallied behind her, calling this lawsuit a turning point, a long overdue reckoning for media figures who've escaped consequences for years. With ABC already under immense pressure, insiders suggest this could be the final blow that forces the network to clean house. And now, the burning questions remain. Is this the beginning of The View's downfall? Was Whoopi Goldberg truly trying to flee the heat of the lawsuit? Will ABC finally address the toxic culture behind the scenes? And could Karoline Leavitt's fearless legal stand spark real, lasting change? Let us know what you think in the comments, and before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like for more raw, unfiltered updates from deep inside the storm.